For 10 years, I've been struggling to make films. I've tried to make stuff I believe in, but I'm always let down. Instead, I've decided to document my life and struggle to create.
This one is the to-go camera. If you shoot stuff outside, this is perfect. And cheap, good quality, good build quality. So digital is like masturbation and film is like having sex. I think that sums it up pretty good. That film takes longer time. You have to be more careful and do it the right way. Digital, instant gratification. You get it straight away. So, but that's just me, maybe.
Making a living as a creator can seem impossible. People quit long before they're able to make their passion into a profession. But common for all successful creators is that they had to sacrifice something to get to where they are. For me, it meant waiting to start a family until I was 33.
I used to skate and like smoke weed and drink beer for 5 or 6 years, and then I just started working, driving a lorry, a big truck, for 4 years before I realized that I need to do something else, but something more creative. I probably had like 3 years where I didn't even pick up a camera, I think. It was just laying there in a box. And then I got a call from a friend who started a skateboard magazine, and they were having like their premiere issue, and he was like, "Yeah, do you have any photos from back in the days or a couple of years ago?" And I started looking at all the photos and just felt like, fuck man, that was fun. Wonder if you could like make a living out of it. So now we're down to 6 minutes soon. And I see I set the clock on actual 6 hours and not 6 minutes, so. But shouldn't be a problem. If you shoot with a digital camera and you're completely off in the exposure, you're going to see it on the display. This one you won't see until you actually develop it. Put the last drops in here. Sometimes you can put the film in and they develop in 2 days, and then you get it back, and then you're not going to be able to recreate that moment when you shot it. Especially with skateboarding. It's a lot to think about, especially in a stressed situation. And people coming to bust you, and you need it to work at that time. And still, when you leave the spot, you're not really sure you got it until you get the film back. So. One of the reasons I picked up a camera the first time was probably just because I love like technical stuff. And from there it just became kind of an obsession to capturing stuff with it and like figuring out exactly how everything works. Let's see. I need some chemicals. I never thought about it as a way to make art. I always thought about it as something to just capturing the things that was happening around me. And also developing film and standing in the dark room was just like an amazing feeling the first time I saw the whole print just like coming up there. Okay, so let's start this thing and see what happens. Skateboarding is also a way of art, I think. Everything is about shapes and the way you control the board and make things look. It's not that much about the techniques, it's more about the way you make things look like. And making a really hard trick looks very, very easy. It's super hard, but it's one of the best things to see. Now the fun starts. So it's mostly about having an eye on the time. And try to, make the chemicals flow in there, so it doesn't sit still. I usually do it too much, this agitating things, but I think you get a nicer contrast in the negative if you do so. You're supposed to do it, what do you say, like 31st minute, I think, or 30 seconds, and then like once every 30 seconds. But I don't know, I usually go on, depending my mood. If I'm angry, I usually do it more, and if I'm happy, I do it less. Sometimes, I meet people that I used to go to school with when I was younger, and they have like their families, they have their house, kids, they have a lot of money, but they usually work in pretty boring jobs, and I can see in their eyes they're kind of jealous. The basics of skateboarding is to be free and do what you want to do, and nobody can tell you what to do. That also rubs off on the photographers, because we live in that world. You go to Barcelona and you live there for 4 weeks on a couch. Okay, I make money out of it, but still it's not like a glamorous life. And it's the same thing about the skateboarders. Even if you have a big salary as a pro skater, you can still go somewhere and live on someone's couch for a couple of weeks to get good footage for magazines or videos or something. As always with all the projects, it's just like, who knows, maybe in like 2 years I'll sit down and fuck, I wasted 2 years on this, but who knows, maybe I'll find something in there. Hopefully it will be something that look a lot better than this, and yeah, I mean the goal is to have an exhibition in like maybe 1-2 years.
If you're not willing to sacrifice anything to realize your dreams, chances are you're never going to see them happen. To get anywhere in life, you need to throw yourself into the unknown to see what happens. Maybe you'll fail, but it's how you handle failure that decides if you're successful or not. Tony Hawk, the biggest legend in skateboarding, he was hated for his style when he came onto the skate scene, but he continued doing what he believed in. Today he's defined what skateboarding is. That vision and drive set successful people apart. He creates stars, and the lack of it destroys dreams in the making. Hope you liked the episode. If so, please subscribe, and please share it with anyone you think would like it. Alright, see you next week.